Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Claudio from Claudio's Kicks, and today we have a very special review for you guys. As you noticed, I said very. That means it actually is special to me, and it's for the Nike KD16 Aunt Pearls, guys. They've been a staple for me ever since I was a kid, basically. I have every single pair of Aunt Pearls that exists, except for, I believe I missed the 14s. I missed the 3s that just re-released. Kind of bummer about those, but I was able to get these instead. So I don't have the 4s or the 5s, but that's about it. Everything else I do have, and it's something that I bring to you guys almost every year to the channel. It's one of the few basketball shoes that I love. The KD line is one of my favorites. And today, I finally get to show you guys a little bit of how it performed on court, what I think about the colorway, the sizing, the fit, and all that. So without further ado, let's get into this review, guys. So for starters, I'm going to talk about the design. Breast Cancer Awareness Month is October, hence the pink colorways. And they're going to have a lot of nice details that kind of have been a staple in the Aunt Pearl line. You're going to see a little bit of rose petals and different designs on the outside of the forefoot and the midsole. Comes in a little material that I'm not really familiar with, but it does look good for the design of the sneaker. You also have some more rose on the translucent. It's kind of like a shank, this translucent side right here. I don't know what you would call that, but you have some more details that go under it and you can see through it. The midsole has a nice foam on it, which is where you get most of the cushioning. Feels like a Zoom because I think they use Zoom cushioning in KDs, so that's what adds to the comfort of the shoe. You also have a pretty cool storytelling outsole with some nice symbols and gears, or that's what it looks like to me. It kind of looks like the inner of a clock. You see the Easy on the heel of the sneaker. Easy Money Sniper. That's KD's name on Instagram. So as you guys know, he's a baller, so it's a fitting name for him. The KD logo is kind of like jeweled a little bit. It's pretty dope on the tongue. Some double Nikes on the heels as well. I think is a pretty cool design choice. And I do like the way they make the laces. They kind of have like a little feathery, fluffy feel to it. Velvety, and it adds also to the same material of the tongue of the sneaker. So it's a pretty premium feeling that you have on these. I think they did the same thing with the KD 15s. So I like that they kept it that way. And a lighter pink as well. The contrast of the darker pink and the lighter pink are something that kind of stands out to me, and I think it makes it look better in my opinion, because you've had some models that come out in this pink, this darker pink, and you've had some models come out in the lighter pink. So I like the way they mixed it up a little bit. I didn't know this at first when I saw the shoe, but the 3M is across the top of the sneaker. You can kind of see it when you're wearing it, but in the locations that I'll be at, you won't really see it like that. But it is a 3M reflective material on these little pipes, I guess what you would call them, like the little outsides of the, where my finger's running across, like these little things right here. Yeah, it's gonna be some 3M right there. I'm sorry, I don't know the names of every single part of the shoe, guys, but the upper does have some nice mesh for the comfort, flexibility, and breathability, and I like the use of the material as well. But that's pretty much it on the design of the sneakers, guys. So I will talk about how the performance was when I used it a couple times already. So for starters, we're going to talk about the traction of the sneaker. The traction is probably the most important part of the sneaker for me. And that's just because, I like to be able to stop on a dime, like to be able to move side to side, not slip and anything like that. And the traction is pretty decent on these. You definitely have some grooves on the side for different types of cuts on the outside and the forefoot. I don't think of these lasting too long, but if you use these for mainly indoor, then you should be well off. You also have it on the heel as well. They kind of rise up a little bit just in case you want to do a little bit of dragging. These will be able to help you out with that. But remember, these are made for Kevin Durant, so it's most likely his playing style. He does like to switch directions a little bit. He can dribble, he can obviously shoot. He loves mid-ranges, so stopping on the dime is important, and you can definitely do that with these. The cushion of the sneaker is great. It's one of the best features of KD's, and it's one that I've noticed in almost every single Kevin Durant shoe that I've had ever since the KD, honestly, maybe even the KD 8s. I mean, the 7s were comfortable too, but the KD 8s and up is when they really start to get a little bit more comfortable. But even then, they started to get way better after the KD 10s, for sure. And so the cushion system is great. Like I mentioned, it does have Zoom cushion in the forefoot. I think it's a full length Zoom, if I'm not mistaken, with a soft cushion, a soft foam for the midsole. You definitely feel it when you're jumping, running, stomping. You feel that nice. It feels like you're really walking on clouds. It has that soft cushion. So when you jump or anything like that, you're definitely going to feel that for sure. But it's not just in the midsole and outsole. You also feel it with the lockdown, and the way the shoe is made, it has a lot more space than the KD 15. So that's what I like about these. It gets a little bit wider on the forefoot, so when you put these on, it really just feels like your foot is free, you know, like you can move around, you have enough space. I went with an 11 on these. Typically with Jordans and things like that, I wear a 10.5, so I did go half a size up. But for all my basketball shoes, I do wear an 11. So if you do that anyways, these are going to be a perfect fit for you. The way the laces are, and the tongue has a nice padding all throughout, the whole tongue actually, and obviously the padding on the sock liner and where your foot goes. So the shoe is padded throughout with good cushioning. You just feel comfortable throughout the whole time. Now, lockdown's decent. It's not the best lockdown because this is a low top model. The lockdown stops right here, and you're basically gonna, be locked down up until that. For some people, they do see some slippage with the heels. I kind of felt that at first with these, but once I got broken in, I locked it down nice and tight. I didn't cheat on the lockdown. I made sure these were actually tight and ready to go. I felt pretty good. I wasn't slipping anything like that. I did feel some discomfort right here around this area right here, but that was just at the beginning. I don't feel it anymore, so maybe it could have been something that, because the shoe was brand new out of the box, need some time to kind of mold to your foot a little bit. The mesh is a great material. Like I said, it's nice, soft, breathable. It's easy to move in these shoes as well. They do feel blocky at first, but you get more comfortable with them. And don't be scared to use the shoes to fuck them up. That's how they become the most comfortable for you guys. I promise you, I'm not kidding about that. So as far as comfort goes, that's pretty decent too. I'd say for traction, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. For comfort, I'll give it a 9 out of 10, to be honest with you guys. I think these are really comfortable. And design, the same thing. I'll give it like about an 8 out of 10. We did talk about stability. We talked about comfort. We talked about the traction. We talked about design. Now let's talk about the pricing and if these are worth it for you guys. I mean, if you guys aren't thinking about buying the On Pearls, but you're just thinking about the KD 16 line for basketball, I would definitely recommend it. These are one of the better shoes out there, honestly. Overall, the shoe is like an 8.5 out of 10 for me. There's no such thing as a perfect shoe, in my opinion. There's always going to be something. Like, I would prefer if these were a little bit higher top, just because my ankles, they need some more support. But as far as a low top shoe goes, you get the best cushioning that I believe. Honestly, I haven't tried the LeBron 21, so we'll see about that. But as far as price point goes, they're going up in price as of late, but 170 is still pretty decent. 160, 170 is decent. Especially for this colorway, but you can get some other colorways that are going to be a lot cheaper. So if you can get them in like $100 range or less, it'll be probably the best shoe for $100 that you can buy. So for 170, not so much. It depends on how much you make or what your budget is, but yeah, I still think it's a good value even at full price. So that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know if you guys like this shoe for playing basketball, if you cop this pair at all, and what do you guys think about the On Pearl line? If you guys haven't already, just make sure you subscribe, drop a like, comment down below about anything the engagement does help the channel, and follow the Claudio Kicks page on Instagram. I have a link in the description. But until next time, guys, peace.